Okay, so I don't want to make this video because I want one more day of this, honestly. I want another day because I keep saying this is the day. And every time I say this is the day, I never follow through with it being the actual day that I stop doing a habit or I stop doing something that I know is bad for me and my mental health. Because it's been bad for years of my life. And that is not taking myself seriously. Not taking my creative aspirations seriously. No matter what it is I want to do. But largely, I'm struggling to say it because I'm embarrassed. But I shouldn't be embarrassed. I have struggled with an eating disorder since I was, you know, I don't have a lot of memories. They don't go back. Like, I'm trying to remember the age 7. But I don't have any memories from that age that I can just pull up. I don't remember my 7th birthday. I don't remember my 8th birthday. I don't remember 10. So as long back as I can remember, which probably be 14. Even then, it's blurry. I don't really remember what I was doing. I've always had body dysmorphia. So I was a very small child. I was very short. I was like 5'3" until like my middle of high school, I want to say, and I started growing. But I was very short. I was a very short person, and I was very slim, and just a petite person in general. But in my head, when I looked in the mirror at that age, as a preteen, I looked very different than what I thought I looked like. Because I was brainwashed in a way, just like by people around me, culture. I thought I was extremely overweight, and I also didn't eat properly because I didn't really have like a stable meal time. My family wasn't that type of family, really. And I also was kind of picky when I was younger. Now I'm not picky eater, but when I was young, I was. So I also had circumstances that made it so I kind of skipped dinner, and then I skipped breakfast because I didn't have time before school. And then I didn't have any money, so I just wouldn't get lunch. And I never packed my own lunch because, again, I was always late for school and I couldn't even make breakfast. So that would be me skipping food the whole day, being really tired, and then not having a proper dinner most of the time. And if I did, it would be when everyone else was going to bed and I would just get snacks from the pantry. Yeah. And this ties to a bunch of other habits that were not healthy for me. But that one started when I was pretty young because of also the people I was around in my family. They had bad eating habits, and I copied them because I was acting unconsciously without actual education. But now that I'm here as an adult, I have the awareness that I need to stop these habits, and yet it is still difficult to do because of my impulse control is my impulse control is affected by my processing and my trauma. So there's a lot of times where I go kind of when I'm just in fight or flight mode, I guess you could say, and I'm just doing my day-to-day activities, and I don't think about the repercussions of my actions or my health on a day-to-day basis, which is something that I need to be mindful of. But when I am mindful of it, it gives me anxiety, and sadness. So it's hard for me to do that, but I understand that's just uncomfortability that I need to push through and be more understanding with myself in order to stop these habits. And these habits have to do with the in-betweens of starving myself or eating too much to where I don't feel good. And that's just not good for my health. So this would be kind of consistent in my life since childhood, because that's what I would do on a day-to-day. I wouldn't eat for a very extended period of time or day or a few days, and then I would eat unhealthily, in overextension, with no control. So it's almost like the teetering between wanting control in both aspects, but not doing it in a healthy way either way. And I still struggle with that, more so on the binge eating part, because now that I have adult money, you know, I would spend it on drugs and I would spend it on alcohol. And so when I am personally under the influence of drugs and alcohol, my inhibitions for thinking logically will go away. And I don't overthink as much as I usually do. And most of the time, that was really nice because it was like a relief for my brain. But it would also enable my bad habits again, especially when I would smoke marijuana. It would be like an excuse because I'm like, oh, I'm high, I can do whatever I want. And that would be me doing nothing or laying around or, again, overeating or deciding that I shouldn't eat anything. Or if I was drinking alcohol excessively, I would be like, I don't need to eat. Actually, alcohol is fine by itself. And those are just bad patterns, bad habits. They're not healthy for my body. And then, so my body's going to react negatively, of course, to these patterns. And I'm like, why don't I feel good? Because I'm repeating all these patterns that I've had since I was young. And I'm ready to stop them. And I've been ready for a few years now. And I finally stopped smoking, pretty much. I mean, I've done it maybe twice the past almost 6 months, I guess. And compared to like every day before, then it's pretty good. It had been a goal of mine for a while. And I guess I don't congratulate myself. I don't give myself no credit because that's been years, over 5 years of just smoking pretty regularly. So I know that's something I've done good. It doesn't feel like it's good though. Like it feels like it's still not enough. I don't really drink unless it's socially most of the time, or if I do, I just have like one drink, because I've had a lot of bad situations when I drank excessively, and there's times where I couldn't remember what was happening, and bad things have happened that way. So I know to protect myself by only being with people that are safe and that I trust. And again, just not drinking till I black out and can't remember anything. It is another addiction in itself to sugar, and that one has been the hardest to quit because I think it's been the longest in my life, like since I was a child. Like I don't have like all the memories, so I can't like place it to a specific time or specific incident because it is really like just blocked out. But I know that I always like really gravitated towards sugar, and as a child I was really hungry a lot of the time because I think I wasn't eating meals because I was kind of picky. I was eating more carb-based diets, would just be like plain rice or mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, butter noodles, because I never was in like a safe environment to experience new foods and try new foods safely. So I think I reacted by having comfort foods. And when I had comfort foods, it was only like textures that I liked. I didn't really eat meat for like 11 years, and then I kind of started eating meat, started branching out to new foods. Because like now I like eat anything generally. Again, I don't eat meat that very often, but like I eat vegetables, and as a child I would be forced to eat vegetables, and again, that was like rarely, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know. My point is that I always sought out sweets over everything because it made me feel better as a kid, because I was looking for comfort. And that doesn't help me anymore now, because now it is just like, it's like too easy. I'll be like, oh, I really want some ice cream, and then I'll just go get some ice cream. When I had like a cookie the other day, and I'm not saying that I should not have like something sweet every day, but when it gets to the point of affecting my body and my health, you know, and I know it's not making me happy, then I know I need to stop. And I'm saying this all out loud so that I remember, and I'm making this video so I can hold myself accountable, because it's super easy to just forget and push it to the side and be like, I don't actually care, you know, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and feel shitty later. But I don't want to do that anymore. I already feel shitty majority of the time. And mental health has already been a struggle for me, and I know that eating not well isn't aiding me getting better or living a happy life from a day-to-day basis. You know, I could be happier, I'm sure, if I just lock in and I focus. So we're gonna try that. I know it's gonna be a little difficult for me, because it's been, give or take, at least 15 years of like continuous cycles of harm to me, unconsciously, and then awareness of it and unable to stop due to lack of discipline and self-control. So here we are. I'm gonna do it this time. No backing out, because I know I'll feel better when I do. I'll feel better when I do. I think a big part of it too was when I don't have, like, living in a poverty mindset. You want to enjoy things because you don't know how long it'll last. So you want those quick things that'll make you feel better. And sweets was one of them for me, for sure. And like for a long time, of course, alcohol and smoking weed was a lot of them too. But